right, Sedge, what's new, man?
Hey, did you just get a KAPEX?
I sure did.
Did you get extensions?
I sure did.
Did you calibrate them?
I did not.
Okay, so a lot of people don't know this. Out of the box, usually every time I put on extensions, they're pretty daggone accurate. But you want to get them exact, because every time you take them on and off, if you're going to, okay,
Right.
that V groove right there allows you to get perfect registration. So the first thing we're gonna do is we need to establish what I call a benchmark, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut a piece at 400 millimeter. Okay, if you have, do you have the Imperial version?
I have metric.
You have metric?
Yep.
Wicked cool, because you could actually take this gauge block and calibrate them today when you get home.
Awesome.
So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna make a gauge block. Okay, so the first thing you're gonna do in making that gauge block, we're gonna cut one at 400 millimeter. We're gonna take what we know is very accurate. We're gonna come right over here and we're gonna make that mark at 400. Okay, and then I'm gonna take it over to the KAPEX. I'm gonna cut it and then we'll remeasure it and make sure it's just right on. I'm gonna use the laser, turn on the laser, we'll make our cut. Okay, I'm gonna bring it right down so I know. See how that's gonna cut right on there? I'm gonna use the stop. So I'll go back and forth cutting this gauge block just to make sure we're right on. So let's just take that out and measure it so it's exactly 400 to my eye. Because, oh look at that, that's 400, wouldn't you say? Right on.
That's money, dude.
Okay, good, so there we go. And I'm gonna mark it. This is our gauge block. 400 millimeter. Okay, so we have this at 400 millimeter. All right, what we want to do is we want to do this and set it up for your eye or my eye. So when you get home today, we know that's exactly 400 millimeter.
Okay.
So we need to calibrate this. I also want to come in here, Chris, so we can see this. You see this line right here? See this spacing? That's daggone right on. And I'll show you how to shim that. Also, when you put your extensions on, they never line up to the fence. I think we already did a video on that. They should be pushed back ever so slightly in case you have bow or crowning in your molding or long lengths. Okay? Important thing that we got to do is make sure that the KAPEX is disabled, because you don't want to, we're going to be messing around with it. So I'm going to take it here and put it in fast fix. That shuts the power off. But I'm also going to come right here. And there's a little tab which locks my blade down in position. Okay, the distance from here on that side of that tooth should be 400. Let's make sure for certain. Underneath here are these screws. I'm going to take this off. There's 1, 2, 3 cap head hex screws. Okay, they're 5 millimeter, right? And you have this, and you see this tab here, it locks underneath the flat spot of your KAPEX, the bottom of the V, not at the top part here, the bottom of the V. Okay, this is an older model, and I just want to point that out. The new bracket here is a lot larger as well, but this works fine. You see that V? I always make sure it's clean. I make sure this is clean of debris. Okay, and so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get a 5 millimeter hex. Okay, but I'm gonna put it on here first because I don't wanna loosen it too much. Okay, and make sure my bracket's in there underneath. Okay, and I'm gonna loosen those 3 hex cap screws just like this. Whoopsie, the other way. Oh, righty tighty, lefty loosey. And you're gonna see the play. Make sure you're down in that groove. Everything's level. Okay, so I have that knob loose. I loosened all 3 hex screws. You don't have to over loosen them, is that a word? But you make sure they're loose, okay? Now, see how I'm in that V groove? I have movement now, don't I? Okay, so what I want to do is you see how that is not in line, but the V. So what's happened is those screws were loosened and it tilts a little. So what I like to put in there is some shim stock. So I'm gonna take that, I'm gonna bring it in, and that from front to back with this little bit longer piece of shim stock, 3 millimeters I have, is just right. Now I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna pull it away. I'm gonna drop it in and I'm gonna bring it right on in. See that? So now it's nice and sound. I know that'll be 400 millimeters. And then what I'll do is, you know that big knob I showed you earlier? I'm gonna lock it down here. I tighten that knob, always making sure that I just took out that shim stock. Okay, I always check. I'm perfect at 400 millimeters because of my gauge block, and I verify that I have an even reveal or gap in there. Okay, and I know every time I'm going to cut 400 millimeter pieces, or 500 or 600 are going to be right on. But the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tighten those 3 5 millimeter screws, just like that. We get it all set up. We're going to make a cut here to verify that this is 400 now, right?
Right.
Okay, so I'm going to have you make the cut.
Okay.
Okay, hang on 1 second.
Okay.
You see how you're going to cut here and your stop is here? This is called a pin cut. I think I talked about this before. What we need to do is we need to move this to the other side.
Right.
You always want to put the clamp or your hold down between your stop and your blade. That's a recipe for disaster. You'll get kickback. So let's put that down. Good. And let's make the cut.
Register, down.
Yep, you got it. Perfect. We'll take that out and we'll measure it. So now when you get home, you can calibrate. And right on 400, look at that. Perfect. Good job, Big D.